Hello, this is Christina Ritter and my final presentation for my certified internship experience. My internship lasted the spring and the summer for a little bit more of a longitudinal study so that I could have a broader understanding of the process I was trying to learn. So to go ahead and introduce my internship, I worked with Dr. Drew Rosen from the business department because he is a faculty member that leads his own annual study abroad trip to Marseille, France. And so every summer he takes about 40 to 50 students overseas to Marseille. And I was really interested in having an internship such as this one that would allow me to learn more about international education. There weren't a lot of opportunities at the time to intern with the Office of International Programs, so I tried my best to seek out my own opportunity to find any faculty member I could that led a study abroad trip, and I contacted a long list of them in hopes that one would be willing to take me on board as a working intern, and luckily Dr. Rosen was willing to take me on board for his Marseille trip. So a little background, I decided to pursue this internship because I am so passionate about international education. I very firmly believe in promoting diversity, cultural awareness, and competence, and I think that every student should have the experience to go abroad at some point. There are just so many benefits. And I really wanted to learn more about what goes into planning a study abroad trip behind the scenes because I haven't gotten to see that perspective of it yet, and I was really curious too. Some of the learning objectives I was hoping to come out with were to enhance my marketing and outreach skills. I haven't had the opportunity prior to this to really advertise and to try to successfully market a program, and this gave me the opportunity to do so. I also wanted to learn about all of the different legal documents that are required to send students overseas for long periods of time, and there are many detail-oriented travel documents, and I had a learning objective set up to just broaden my knowledge of that. I also wanted to learn how to communicate with students about pre-departure information such as safety, what to pack, what to expect, and just be their main point of contact for their questions and concerns. Finally, the last objective was to facilitate the study abroad trip on the ground with Dr. Rosen to learn about what happens once they actually get to the country, because it does not end once they get onto the plane, but actually that's when some of the very important work begins, is once the students are on foreign ground, keeping them safe. I think some of the biggest challenges for me just included not being able to become as deeply involved as I had hoped. I really wanted to get my hands dirty and learn a lot through doing some of the nitty-gritty work for the program. And I think the challenges came from not being able to become as complexly involved as I had wanted. And I think trying to find that balance of getting that experience for myself while still making sure the supervisor feels comfortable with his level of control. And the success, I think, came from a lot of the trials and tribulations and just the learning experiences from those. And that it taught me a lot about supervision styles and leadership styles, and just sort of how to handle conflicts in the future as well. I was able to, however, reach some of my learning objectives. I got some skills with marketing. I set up several presentations for student groups, such as Greek life with sororities and fraternities. I was able to sit in and attend a lot of the informational sessions and help out with those to teach students, you know, what is safe to be carrying around on your person, what isn't, what to expect if you're walking around the marketplace, things like that. I also helped to gather things like flight information, and I did a roommate pairing and helped students find the person that would be a best match for them to live with while they were there. So overall, there were some great takeaways, and I am still as certain as ever that this is a wonderful field for me, and I'm definitely excited for the opportunity in the future to have my own possibly faculty or staff-led study abroad trip, and it would be nice to be able to have that sort of control of running the trip myself and being the independent, I guess, facilitator for that. And I definitely learned a lot about the complexity of what goes on into planning a trip like this, and learned from some of the bumps in the road along the way. So overall, I think there was some great value to these past few months working with the CIP. Thank you.